So this is going to be one of the harder, I would say, the harder puzzles we're going to work on because it's a lot to look at initially. All right, but basically you'll notice that what this is it's this mobile. It's hanging from the ceiling, okay? And so, of course, this is like a string, and these are objects. These are shapes, right, with weights, okay? And each shape has a different weight, okay? And so, this shape could have a 1 weight. That would mean nothing else could have a 1 weight. Or just as easily, this could be a 2 or a 3. That just means the other shapes have to not be a 2 or a 3, right? And so all the shapes have their own unique weights, and that's all you have to really know. But of course, the 4 is going to be heavier than the 3, and then the 3 is going to be heavier than the 2, and so on, right? And so when we look at this, we're going to see that we have the string, right? But this is like a platform kind of thing, and it's a balanced, okay? This is kind of like a weight scale almost. And so the weights on the left must add up and equal the weights on the right, or else it would be tilted in one direction, right? It's just kind of how a scale works, okay? Arjun, you had your hand up.
Yes. So I was thinking that since there's three shapes on the right one, the total number that each side adds up to cannot be less than 4, because 1 plus 2 plus 3, it has to be unique. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 would, the least number would have to be 6.
Yeah, okay. And
Yeah,
then,
but we have to make sure these are equal
And
together. So
then
if
well, we could use 4 as the pentagon and 2 as the square, so that we would get 6 on one side, and then we could do 1, 2, 3 on the other. But since we've already given the square a 2, so then we'll have to give the square a 2 too. And the circle could be. Mm, the circle could be either a 3 or it could be a 1.
I don't think this is a guessing game at that point, right? Because what the point I was trying to make was, can you mute your mic one? Because it feeds back. Okay, cool. So the point I was trying to make was, if it's flat, they're equal, right? So what do we notice about this? 2 plus the circle's weight has to equal the same weight as the diamond, right? And I know what you're going to say now, right? Circle is, put your finger up for what it is. 1, right? Perfect. And then you have 3. So, and let's add it up. Let's make sure it's equal, right? 6 on the left side, 2 plus 1 plus 3 on the right side, right? And that was very, very fast. So, Arjun, that's the right answer. But now I'm going to go a little bit slower and make sure everybody has got this 100%. Okay. So, what we notice now is that in the beginning, we noticed that these two shapes, of course, are equal to these three shapes, right? And so then we look at, let's get a little bit more specific. These shapes are these shapes. And so then we think, okay, the number on the right side has to be made so that it's equal to the sum of two of the other numbers possible, right? And that's weird wording, but all that means is the 3 has to equal maybe 1 plus 2, or it could be a 4 and it could be 3 plus 1, right? And in that case, I would try, okay, maybe a 4 here at first, and then I'd say, okay, then this has to be a 3 plus 1 because those are the only two numbers that can make 4. And then I would try whatever value I put for the square, and then I'd try the other number that's left, and I'd find, oh no, it's not equal, right? Because there's only one answer, and it was actually this answer on the screen. And then I'd try, okay, 3. And then 3 is made up of 1 and 2. Okay, that makes sense. Those are possible values for these. And then I put the 2 here, and I mean the only one left is 4, and then we'd get this. So this is the kind of logic we want to keep looking at when we go through the next like 5 problems. Okay, cool. Thumbs up, everybody.
I also wanted, I also wanted to say
that since um, the importance of reading the directions, we can only use the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And while me and Raid and the others were trying to solve these, we thought there were more solutions. But for these problems, there is only one solution because you can only use the numbers on the interval 1 through 4.
All right, guys. Cool. All right. The number two. Now we're introducing a little bit of leeway because it doesn't have to be equal, right? It just has to be greater than. And what this means is this right side is heavier, it seems, because it's pulling the string down or the line down more on the right side, right? Than it is here. That's really weird because there's two shapes on the right and they're easily outweighing the four on the left. So what does that lead us to believe? Don't give any just give me the reasoning you have right now. Liam?
Okay,
Don't give the answer, you said. But what's your reasoning?
so I'm reasoning that those two have to be the biggest number, 3 and 4, or because as they're heavier.
Right, perfect, right? Because if this was one and two, easily, just immediately, they could not overpower the other side, right? So perfect, okay? And so now Arjun, tell me which one it is. Is this one three or is this one three?
The 3 has to be the circle because 3 is less than 4. So 4 would outweigh 3.
Very good, right? And so almost immediately we know two shapes, okay? And let's hope that that actually works because we have to check our answer and make sure that when we check our answer in the end, I always make that mistake, that this side 7, 4 plus 3 has to be just greater than the left-hand side. It doesn't have to be equal to. So that's the only check we need, okay? All right, so let's fill in the shapes that we already put in here. Oh, just kidding. We don't have any of these shapes over there. Okay, awesome. So now we have to choose between 1 and 2, okay? Which one do we know, Arjun? Which one is 2 and which one is 1?
So the top two, the that are just like in the center, like near the string, they don't give us any information because we don't know. It could be either way. But when we get to the bottom part, that we can see that the pentagon is lighter than the square. So the pentagon has to be 1 and the square has to be 2, and then we can fill out the rest using the top pentagon as a 1, and yeah.
Very
So then we
simple.
get 6 is less than 7.
Very good, right? 2 plus 1 plus 2, or is 3 plus 10, 3 times 2, same thing as 6. Okay.
Before Ray moves on to number 3, I wanted to point out a little like key you could use for number 1. So on number 1, you can see that there's a square on the left and there's also a square to the right. You can cancel both of them out and you can basically say that the pentagon is equal to the circle and the diamond added together. So what we originally said was that the pentagon on number 1 was 4, and the circle was 1, and the diamond was 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4. And then you can logically conclude that the squares equal 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Because we said this was 3, and then 2, 1, 4. Yeah. 3, 1, 4. I believe that was the answer. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Yeah, this is a lot. This is another way to look at it that we came up with when we were practicing how to teach this. And it's just cancellation, right?
Yeah, but you could only do that if both sides are equal. I just wanted to point that out. Like if they're unbalanced like it is in number 2, it's going to be more difficult.
All right, let's see if we can apply this all our new tools for the next problem. Let me see if there's anyone. Okay. Do we just have 3 kids here?
It's always been those 3. I think Michael and Ms. Z left.
All right, more time for them to answer, right? All right, Liam, tell me what you think when you read this. Well, when you see this number 3 problem, just tell me what you think.
Okay. So on number 3, what am I doing again?
Explain it.
Okay.
So how are you getting your answer?
So we know that the left side's heavier than the right side. So we gotta make sure that the left side has the bigger number.
Yeah.
So first I tried.
I know that these are equal, right?
Yeah, we know that the that the
Diamond.
diamonds are equal.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Okay. Yes. You don't have to give me all 4 numbers right now. The goal was to get you thinking out loud because being able to think with your words is very, very powerful in math and it's um, not usually thought of, right? Okay. So Arjun, can you pick up where he left off? He said left side is heavier than the diamonds. There's an equal part here, and then these also are the same thing. Okay. Tell me what you got.
So, I'm thinking. So as he said that the 4 has to be equal. The diamond has to be equal to the pentagon and the square. So we want this left side to be the bigger. So we'll probably use the 4 is repeated in the right side too, actually, and yeah. So I can use the 4 in the right side too. Yeah, because we want a bigger number here, and then I can use a 2 in the square on the right side. So one side would equal 6.
Okay.
And
So
on the
which one
left
would
side, I could, because I have already said that the 4 is the diamond, and then I have to use 1 and 3 on the left, like the pentagon and the square. So the square is heavier than the pentagon, so square has to be 3 and the pentagon 1. Wait, no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. One of the things that I did for these problems when I was trying to solve it was try to find the biggest number. And what you can see from this is that 4, well, 4 is obviously the biggest number, but you can see through the shapes that 4 is the diamond because it equals to both the square and the pentagon, and on the right side is heavier than the circle. So that's why I logically concluded that 4 was a diamond.
do you guys see that? The way that this 4 right here can overpower not only the circle, but this another identical 4 can overpower or can equal 2 of the other shapes. Okay. All right. So this is 2. So the left side is what? 8. And the right side is 6. And what do we know? 8 is actually supposed to be greater than 6 because the way it's tilting, right? All right, awesome. Now, Ethan, tell me what you got for number 4. Not the answers, just the words and the thinking. Do you want to answer, Ethan? No, that's okay. It's okay. All right. Who else wants to lead me through their thoughts?
A special thing about this problem is that we see that shape repeats quite a lot. So you can't have 4 repeating a lot.
Right. What does this tell you guys? This tells me specifically, Arjun, I'll let you pick up after I do this one. All right. What does this tell you? Well, there are 3 of these shapes, right? And as Jonathan said, you can't have 4 here, or else that'd be 4 plus 4 plus 4 on just the left side, right? And there's no way that any 2 numbers here could equal and be, even weights with this. So there's 2 ways you could go about this, okay? And so I'll show you one, and then Arjun, I think I'll let you show me the other one, okay? Because you had your hand up. All right, so there's one. There's 1. There's 1. Okay. So 3 plus something has to equal to some other two numbers, right? And so I'm thinking, okay, 3 plus 3 has to be equal to 4 plus 2, correct? Right? And then what does that mean over here? 3 plus 1, 2 plus 4, and voila, look at that. 5 on the right side, 6 on the left side for both, well, and then, well, 5 for each of these, and then 6 for each of these. So you already know it's going to be equal, but then the sum of course, is 12 on the left and 10 on the right. Okay? All right, now I think there's another way to go through this.
Sorry. Pet peeve.
All right. Sorry, that was supposed to be a private chat to my friend. Okay, so Arjun, tell me how the other one works.
So instead of tackling it from the left, you can actually tackle it from the right. This is actually the way I used it. Might not be the other method.
It is.
So you can first we just look at the right side of it and see that it's balanced, but it is this entire right side is lighter than the left side. So first we know that the ones on the left side of the left side and the right side of the right side, both of those have to be equal.
Yeah.
So we can deduce that 3 would be the square,
Okay.
4 would be the hexagon, 1
Hexagon?
or 2, no. Yes, 1 would be the diamond and 2 would be the circle. Because on the right side, we want it, one side and the other side to balance each other.
Right.
And if we have 1s and the diamonds, then we can put either a 2 or a 3 probably in the square because we already used the 3 on the right side. So starting from the left, it would be 3, 1, 1, 1.
Right.
Then the hexagon would be 4 because we already defined that on the right side. And then the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have, yeah.
Right. Perfect.
The 4 would be the hexagon, yeah.
That's the way it makes sense.
Pentagon.
So, look at you go. All right. So everybody get this one? Makes sense. There's 2 ways to tackle it. It's kind of cool. All right. Okay, next problem.
I do not think your key is wrong, by the way. It says 5 equals 5. Jonathan.
No, it said 4 plus 3. What was it? Plus 1, and then plus 2 is 8.
What are we looking at?
Oh, I see what you're saying. The 12 is greater than 8 part. It should be 12 is greater than 10. You're right.
Yeah,
I'll fix that.
As you should.
Okay, yeah. And final point to make out. The left side's 12, the right side's 10. And how do we check if that's correct? The weight's tilted to the left side, right? Okay, cool. Number 5. Okay. Arjun, give me your thoughts for this one. Talk me through it. Yeah, Arjun, you can go. Talk me through it.
So in this one, the first thing we can deduce is that the left side has to be lighter than the right side. So that was like problem number 2. Wait, was it like problem number 2? Yes, it was like problem number 2. So, one side has to have the lighter numbers, so 1, 2, and one side has to have the heavier numbers, 4 and 3. So, because we know that the left side is the lighter numbers, so, and we can get the small, like the platformed, unbalanced pentagon and square, that part, yeah. That part we can know that the 1 would be lighter than the 2, so 1 would be the pentagon and 2 would be the square. And we can solve for the same things that are the centered pentagon and the centered square. and then we can go to the unbalanced, the heavier and unbalanced diamond and circle, and we are only left with 3 and 4. So 3 has to be the lighter one, the circle, and 4 has to be the diamond. So 6 on the right, on the left side is greater than, no, is less than 7 on the right side. Yeah.
I like that. Thank you. Did everybody? Yeah, thank you. Did everybody follow what he was saying?
Yeah, I'll slow down his logic a little bit. Since there are 4 numbers on the left and there are 2 numbers on the right, and we know that the numbers on the right is larger, Arjun said that he deduced that the 2 largest numbers, which is 4 and 3, are on the right.
Right, and we saw that as he said in number 2, correct? So this is just the same tools coming up for all these problems. Yeah, I think this might be in the same numbers almost. Okay, so number 6. All right, Liam, this is your chance. Show us what you got.
Okay, what am I doing right now?
You're explaining number. Oh, you're looking at number 6, telling me what you observe, telling me what you think about those observations.
Okay, so mostly I try to do this. The most shapes there are, I try to make them the smallest number and see what happens. So, oh, and we know the right side's heavier, or then I tried that thing. So, on the bottom right, the left side's heavier. So I tried 1 in the pentagons, is that right? 1 in the pentagons. And then I tried 3 in the square. And that's works out right here. So then I just brought the numbers to this side. Then I had to figure out what is at the bottom right. So I tried 4 in the circle.
Because we hadn't used it yet, right?
Yeah. And then I did 2 in the diamond because we haven't used it.
And why did you do it that way? Why did you put the 4 in the circle?
Because it's heavier. And then I moved the 3 from the square to the other square.
Okay, let's check if this is right. 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9, heavier than 3 plus 6. Wow, yes. Awesome. All right, and another way, in the beginning, it's kind of hard to see because as soon as you put the 1 down in the paper, right, this 1, it gets really easy, right? But until then, it's a little bit difficult. And what I would say is, you see, there are squares on both sides, right? And so we're going to do this cancellation, and we're going to see that there's 3 numbers here, and it's not going to give us an answer per se, but it's going to help us see if this is a large number or a small number. There's 3 of these pentagons, and the circle and the diamond are heavier than the 3 pentagons. So that tells me that pentagons can't be like 2. They can't be like 3 or 4, right? But I mean, maybe they could be 2, and then we could try that. But again, I would go with 1 because there's so many of them, right? Repeated numbers, and so these ones are overpowered by the 4 and the 2 on the right side, and that's actually true, right? 1, you put them in, and then you see, wow, there's 3s. This is heavier. There's 4. There's 2, right? And that's awesome. Okay, does all of this make sense? Ethan, you good? Awesome. Okay.
Do,
Are-
do you all want to see the one that I did not correctly copy paste into the worksheet? Do you want one more? Do you feel gypped?
Sure.
You want to see it? Okay. So hold on. I'll share one new puzzle with you that I'm going to add for the future. That the slideshow I took it from the student who made it. There was a copied problem and I didn't realize it. All right. So let me share screen with you. Okay. So here's the new one. I'll make it bigger.
Okay.
Let's see if you can see it. And so you can try it. I know it's harder when you're just looking. These are kind of hard not to write down. And I appreciate that you guys are willing to guess and check at it. That's a great idea.
Okay. Wow, this
Okay.
is a hard one.
Arjun, I'll get you just a second. Let everyone have a chance to think of an idea. And then you can tell us how you would start. Just a second. I have not practiced screen sharing this, so I hope I can get the numbers in the shapes. All right. Arjun, what did you want me to try putting where?
So 4 has to go in the diamonds because no 4 the lightest number has to go in the diamonds because we know that the entire right side is heavier than the left side, and probably 1 would be what goes over there. And then we can also see that probably because the right side of the right side is heavier than the left side of the right side, so that means probably that because the diamonds are 1, so 1 plus something, which is the pentagon, is not equal to square, is less than square. No, is greater than square. So 1 plus 2 and no 1 plus 3, and then the 2 could be the squares. And then we need to, after we've done this, we need to make sure that the left side of this would still be lighter than the right side. So right now we have 6 on this side, so the only number left we have is 4.
You want me to
so,
put it circles?
yeah, that won't work.
I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we can just move them around.
Yeah, because 4 won't work in the circles because otherwise we'll have lighter stuff. And well, I mean, this will be heavier. This is heavier, but it is lighter. So the 4 could take the place of the 3 maybe. And then the 3, so this would be 7 on one side and then 8 on one side. So we just have one thing that we need to flip around. Because right now we have 7 on one side and 8 on the other. So the 7 side, which is the right side, is actually heavier. So we need to do something else with someone else.
Does someone have an idea?
Wait, what's the issue right now?
Right. So this side over here, the 4 plus the 1 plus the 2, let me, this side over here, 4 plus 1 plus 2 equals 7. But that presents a problem for us because on this side, we have 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 equals 8. And the thing is, this left side needs to be lighter than the right side. Ethan, do you have an idea? No. Okay, wait. Do we have, so Arjun, did you have an idea?
I don't have an idea that'll fix anything, but I just wanted to point out that I misplaced the 3 for sure because the 3 would probably, the 3 might just be the diamonds, and then the 1s might be the circles. No, not the circle. Sorry, the square. I'm not sure if that would.
So if we make those square to 1, that means that the diamonds will have to be 2, but that means the left side is still going to be heavier, won't it?
I was thinking that the threes could take the plate. The threes could be a different number, and then the 1 could be a 3.
Okay, hold on. I see what you're saying. I think. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. It's not going to let me. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. So this is going to be a 3. The diamonds are 3s now. Oh, even up here. This is a lot of pressure to do this live guess and check, y'all. Okay. Oh, did we solve our problem?
That makes it worse.
Hey, but we tried, right? So let's go back to where we were. Okay, I think that we were onto something with the 1s as diamonds just because they repeat so much. I think that helps us to leave that. So now we kind of have fair game for the square though. So do we, I guess the square is going to have to be 3?
Yeah, that looks
Yeah?
right.
Check it. What do y'all think of our answer now?
Mhm.
Yes? We got one to work?
6 is less than 8.
Oh, we got it to work. Let me fix this. Okay, question.
Also, another thing was in last week's level 4, I noticed
Yes.
there might have been a mistake in the answer key.
There
So
was
this
on that.
was units digits, and on question 9, I saw that 92 to the power of 95 plus 27 to the power of 89. I think the person who made the answer key took 9 to the power of 95 instead of
did.
2 to the power of
I did. I made the answer key, and I brought the 9 down instead of the 2. I just didn't even see the 2.
and then 8 plus 7, because that should be 8 plus 7 is equal to the unit digit, which is 5.
No, I think it's 2.
The
So you'll
final
get-
answer should be 5, I think.
Hold on 1 second.
Because this is my
Okay.
work. So
To the third
Nine-
power is what you're saying?
92 to the power of 95 plus 27 to the power of 89. So 89 divided by 4 is 22, remainder of 1. 95 divided by 4 is 23, remainder of 3.
3, yeah.
2 to the power of, so that then
Yeah,
becomes
it is 5, you're right.
2 to the power of 3 plus 7 to the power of 1. 8 plus 7, 15, which is the units digit of that would be 5.
Yes. Okay. So we got our extra problem. Thank you guys. And I'm going to fix this and add it. Raib, where are you?
Where am I, like, physically? I'm in, like, our clinic. We have a clinic, so I'm just sitting
Got it. Okay. I was wondering where I'm getting the feedback from. Okay, did you guys enjoy this last week? Thank you for being with us every week. Okay, so I'm gonna go check on the rest of the rooms. I hope you guys have a great break in rest of the quarter.
Do you guys know if there's, like, more stuff like this? Or is there, like, something happening after? Yeah, are you? Yeah.
I had actually a few problems that I wanted to share with you all if you wanted.
I think we have.
If you
Yeah.
wanted.
Go ahead.
Oh no, that's the same problem that I had to screen share for. Never mind. But actually, we can make it. We can make it. Okay. So it's basically just numbers. So the top 3 numbers, 915. The next row, 483. Then the next row, 2 question mark 7. Like, it's just the missing number. You can put anything you want. X, Y. So basically, the goal of this is to find the missing number. And if you want a hint, the hint would be like, I mean, you can either try to solve it without the hint, or I can give you the hint if you want.
Is it sick?
Like Sudoku.
Are we just adding to make 15? That's what it seems.
So yeah, I think Wright always almost got it. Yeah, he did. 6. The rows and columns add up to 15. So 942, 15, 186, 15, 537, 15, 267, 15, 483, 15, 915, 15.
I
That was a
believe
very
there-
easy problem.
I believe there's a game that's something like this. I think it's called Sudoku, and like you can choose like a 5x5 pattern or whatever, and then you have to fill in the numbers for
So
it.
if you get lonely next Wednesday because you don't have to do this, you can't do this, just go play Sudoku, okay? And it'll ease your mind. All right. All right, thank you guys for coming. We hope you'll come to other map outreach things in the future. Michael might have some words for you guys.
Yeah, as Wright was saying, thanks for coming. It's good to see you guys come back every week. It's good to see you, Ethan. I haven't seen you in a while. Tell your parents I said hi. But I don't know. I hope this is the last week of outreach. I hope you guys come back next year. If COVID goes away, then maybe we can do more in-person related things as we've done in the past. So, and it's 10 times more fun in person, I promise. So I hope you guys just look out for those outreach events, and we'll teach you guys there.